This has got to be the most unprofessional intro there ever was. Me eating a ramen with no bra on at 9:37 p.m. But here we are. My washing machine's also going. This was not planned, but I just thought of a great idea. So I had to start this bookshelf reorganization vlog. I just filmed a little bit ago. Okay, spicy ramen, by the way, so my nose is gonna run. I just filmed a little bit ago my 2022 reading goals and yearly stats wrap up thing video. So that means I have books everywhere and my bookshelves are basically empty. They're bare. I was going to put all these books back, but then I was like, wait a second, I'm gonna vlog it because I have a great idea on how they're going to go back on my shelves. So basically this is going to be me reorganizing my bookshelves to set me up for success in 2022. Let me show you. I'm not gonna do this all tonight. Like, I'm gonna have to take this into tomorrow in the morning as well. But basically, let me show you. Here are some of my book stacks, and there's Benji, and then there's that stack. There is one of my shelves over there, and then I have these two main bookcases and the washing machine. Hella loud. I want to set my books up in a way where all of my read books are on one shelf and all of my unread books are on another shelf. That is like my dream way of organizing my bookshelves. Especially for the new year, I think that's a great way to do it, so you can get a visual of, like, if you're like me and your goal, one of your goals is to read a lot of your physical TBR, then this would be a great setup. So I am going to do it that way, but I'm also going to have a game tied to it, which I think I'll get into later, but for now I will just show you how I'm organizing them. All right, I finished my ramen. My washing machine is done. Now it is time to start moving all of these books that I used for my video over to my bookshelves over there, because what I'm thinking is right here, this shelf, this whatever cubby thing, will be for all of my unread books mostly. Hopefully they all fit over there, and then I'm going to start building my read collection here. So it'll be like my own little home library of all the books that I have read, and I want to somewhat organize them in order of which I liked them. So like I have all of like my 5 stars and like my favorite books all on one side, and then they descend into the books that I didn't really like and got lower ratings from me. You know? I don't know, I think that would be kind of fun and different. Oh, okay, here we go. Excuse my paper goods in the background. Now that I have all of those books over here, I need to clear some space on the shelves of where books that I haven't read yet are. We're gonna move those, and I'm gonna deal with those tomorrow. I don't think they're all gonna fit over there because I have a ton of unread books. You know, I might be able to make it work actually. I might be able to make it work. Okay, but first of all, let's just move them. This is gonna be completely different than what I had before. There they all are, somewhat on the bottom. Now, I have all these empty shelves, but I know this is not gonna be enough to fill all of that space. I definitely have more unread books than read books. Now, this is a lot of books, dude. Bruh. I'm gonna try and organize each shelf by my favorites to my least favorites. It's probably all gonna fit on the first like 4 shelves, and then I'm gonna have like 4, 5, or 6 other shelves still. Okay, so yeah, that's all it covers is these 3 shelves, which is fine because it's a work in progress, obviously. Like, the goal is to get all of my books over here so I can say I've read all of them. So I separated it from left and right. Okay, so I'm gonna use this side for unread, but all on this side will be read. So the way I organized it is kind of just by genre and like my ratings. So like my favorites are right here. Like they're kind of swapped a little bit. I also kind of kept authors together. Oh, except I moved Beach Read, but whatever. So for the most part, it's like from favorite to least favorite. There's also some like of my family book club books up there. So they don't fall necessarily in romance, but like whatever. And then we have sci-fi, my favorite sci-fi to my least favorite sci-fi, and then favorite fantasies to least favorite fantasies, pretty much. And then we have here favorite thrillers to my least favorite thrillers, and then we've got horror to my least favorite horror, and historical fiction to my least historical fiction. This one is not historical fiction, but this one isn't really either, but I didn't know where else to put them. Doesn't matter. It's my system, okay? And then the rest, you know, we'll deal with tomorrow. It is now 11 p.m., so I'm gonna go to sleep, but I will see you guys tomorrow, and we'll tackle the right side of the shelf with some of my unread, and then we will move over there and figure it out, and then I will let you guys know what my little game is that I came up with. Yeah. It's empty. Look at me. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. What I went ahead and did next was start organizing the right side of my shelves with books that are like my TBR veterans, or I made a shelf specifically for my top 22 books I want to read in 2022 so that I can see all of them in like kind of the order that I'm planning to read them throughout the year. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up of these shelves and kind of explain them to you. So the top one here, I have them first as like some TBR vets, so all the way up until The Shining. These are pretty much all books that I said I was going to read in 2021, like some of them multiple times I said I was going to, and I never got to them. So these are definitely on a priority list. And then I filled the extra space with some of the books that I have for Books in Lala's Buzzwordathon that I'm going to be doing. These are not obviously all of them, because the Buzzwordathon is a year-long readathon where you read basically a book for every month for a certain buzzword, right? Okay, so yeah, I have a couple of them here that are in the order that I'll be reading them. Then on the second shelf, these are my top 20 to read in 2022. And then I have a post-it here of the few that I still need to buy, and they will fill this space. This is not going to fit all of them, but we'll figure that out later. But yeah, so there's those. And then these are all in order that I plan to read them, with some of my Buzzwordathons sprinkled in here. So like Where the Crawdads Sing is one, Sundown Motel is also one, and Flicker in the Dark, and Falling. I believe I'm reading those for Buzzwordathon. And then on the third shelf, these are all series that I either need to continue / finish, or some that I still have to start. Yeah, there's that. And then on this one, the final shelf is just kind of a excess of series and other random things that I have no idea when I want to pick up, because they're all fantasy. Actually, I'll probably read these. I'm not going to say I'm going to read them in 2022, but I will read them soon, hopefully. And then the rest are there if I feel like it. And then the bottom, those are some that I'm unhauling, I'm giving away. Oh, and then there's these three that are just super random. I had no other place to put them, next to my little Furbo, and these are all Riley's books. That's all the books on my unread shelves. Now let me move you over here to this shelf, these shelves. Let me explain a little bit. I went ahead, sorry I look a little crazy right now. I have a scab on my nose. I went through and made multiple stacks of these books you see here, and I tried to organize them in some cohesive manner, and I plan to start a new series on my channel of vlogs where I read from these shelves. It's going to be very, very helpful to get me to actually read these and to clear out my physical TBR. I'll put up a picture of the stacks that I made. They did kind of switch around a little bit, so here's another picture. Like my thought process of trying to put them in some sort of categories, and then I made official stacks of each shelf. The first shelf looks like this, including this one that I added a little bit later. My second shelf looks like this, and then my third one, and my fourth one. So there's 4 main shelves that are for my new vlog series, and those are them. But then if you come back here, you can see, I can show you that this is shelf number 1. This is shelf number 2, shelf number 3, and shelf number 4. They've been mixed around a little bit too since I took those pictures. So there's a couple added or some taken away, I'm not sure. And then the middle is just extra. And then these are some family book club and other picks and stuff. So for shelves 1, 2, 3, and 4, that is for my new vlog series. That is to set me up for success for the vlog series. Like I said, I'm excited for it. So be on the lookout for those. I'm trying to think like how I want to explain that to you. I don't want to get too much into what that vlog series is going to be, but basically it's going to be called something like clearing out my physical TBR. So I'm going to challenge myself to read an entire shelf for one season of vlogs. So because there's 4 shelves, there will be 4 seasons on my channel, and each season will be composed of like 5 episodes. So this is going to go throughout the whole year. There's going to be lots of videos of me challenging myself to clear out my physical TBR, and hopefully that will really help me get to these books and actually read them. These are carefully curated shelves, put me in the best position to achieve this goal, to accomplish this challenge. But yeah, so that is the explanation there. These are just extra, like I said. I have some book of the month. Some of these are also for a secret TBR, and then just other ones I didn't know where else to put. And I'm really happy with the layout of everything. It may not make any sense to you. It may be very confusing, like why some books are next to each other, but trust me, it's all planned out. I spent hours working on it yesterday. As far as the game goes, that I have not perfected yet by any means. I just have like the overall general idea of how it's gonna work. If you didn't, here, let me sit down. If you didn't catch my 2022 goals video and didn't hear me talk about how I want to read more than I acquire each month, then let me give you a little rundown. Basically what that means is every month my goal is to read 7 at least of books I already physically own. Like, I don't want to say I'm on any sort of book buying ban, because that's not it at all. I definitely want to be buying books next year. I just have to work for it. I can't just go on a big ol' spree of buying books without reading some that I already have on my shelves. So the game, it's not really a game, I guess. It's just like the challenge that I've created for that goal is for every 7 books that I read off of my shelves, I can buy 1 book. How that pertains to my shelves, I guess what I was thinking is that, like, say I read, not that shelf, because that's kind of probably gonna be the last touched shelf, or the least touched shelf rather. This one, my top 22, of course, I will be hopefully grabbing from a lot. Let's say I read something from here. It obviously needs to move from my unread to my read side. So there's some room down there that I'll start collecting more read books over there. Once I get through 7, I'll be able to buy a new book. And, you know, obviously that goes for any and all shelves. But the point of the game, point of the challenge is I can't be adding more than I'm taking away. So the goal for each month would be to read at least 7 so that I can at least buy 1 book. If I read 14 books, I can buy 2 books. So it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but I'm gonna be motivated enough because I want to buy new books, so I have to read more. I guess that was it for the game. I don't know, I felt like I had more elements to it, but I guess not. Just gonna keep myself accountable to read at least 7 books each month, and I can buy 1 new book. That's the challenge. It'll definitely be good because I'm hoping that by the end of the year, my physical TBR will be knocked down greatly. That is the point of all this. Also, the reason for a lot of the new series that I have planned for the channel. So I'm very, very excited. Hope you guys are too. I'm a very organized person with particular things, and my books and my reading are definitely something that I love to have organized, and I love to pre-plan a lot. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this short and sweet bookshelf organization. Sorry my lights are flashing. Let me turn those off. Probably distracting. It was very impromptu, like I mentioned before, but I'm really excited about them. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!